Shalom, Kohala, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Chakadash, the ones apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we are found in that number to be delivered. Alright? So I'm gonna start right into it. As we see, there's a lot of things going on, there's a lot of things happening. And we from the Hope for the Elect, we've been telling you people. We've been telling you and telling you and telling you. Alright? And for those who are taking heed, may the Lord watch over you and, continue to keep you in the spirit, of listening, paying attention, and taking good heed to the words that the hopeful elect and the servants of the Lord are saying from the head apostles on down. All right. So I'm going to start with a little clip right here. And it's just an understanding of what's about the house about to go down. When you ride a roller coaster, it's real slow. It starts off slow, you creep up, and before you know it, it starts to speed up. And when it starts to speed up, you hold on tight, right? Likewise, the way this thing's about to go down, these prophecies and these things are about to speed up, and you best about to hold on tight, because before you know it, man, all hell's gonna be breaking loose. And likewise, when you get on these roller coasters, slow is creeping up, and all of a sudden you're getting jostled around, tossed to and fro, and before you know it, you damn near screaming and hollering. And likewise, what's about to go down out here? This is Matthew 24 and 22. It says, "And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved." Right? But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right? So if the Lord is going to shorten the days, what's that mean? That these prophecies are now going to speed up. And now you people best to buckle up and hold on, because it's about to get choppy out here, man. It's about to get real rough. Esau's about to make his move. All right? So if the Lord is speeding these things up, y'all best to hold on, man. Get ready. Be prepared. Right? Be very prepared. Be very mentally ready, man, because you may wake up one morning and it might be that morning, man. It just might be that morning. Tomorrow could possibly be that morning. All right? All right, so I'm going to continue on. In this clip I keep referring to and going back to, and I keep putting it in my lessons, because it doesn't get old, man. It doesn't get old. Now, this is the World Government 2022 Summit, where all the governments of all the world, come and they chop it up and talk about their plans. All right? So I want you brothers to listen to the very first question out the box. Here we go. The very first question. Oh, shit.
Are you ready for a new world order?
I think, Becky, the main problem is...
All right, so that was the first question. Are you ready for a new world order? All right, so we close, man. We close. We beyond close. All right, this is the talk of the town amongst the governments. This is the actions that the government is now taking. They're ready to implement and strike swiftly with all their shit. All right? And here you have, the economy, the food crisis, all these things that are going on. And it's no coincidence. And don't look at this as, wow, this is strategically set in place, man. This is strategically set up to bring this place to its knees. You can't implement a new system with the old system still in place, man. You got to bring this bitch down to its knees before they put that new system in place. All right? And again, I like to refer back to this video and this clip with Pepper Grundstrom, Nordstrom. All right? So listen to what she says.
Financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us...
All right? I keep going back to it because it never gets old. This is the shit that's about to go down, man. This is what's about to go down. And if you people are getting caught up with all the bullshit that's going on, all the smoke and mirrors that's going on, yes, you will get caught out there, man. And this is why Yahweh Shai has his servants on the highways and byways, making videos, bringing out shows, doing all these things that are going to, prepare you for the times that are coming. This is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. Okay? And we have been giving you that warning. And you people still don't believe it. You still don't want to take heed. Because we don't look like the type of men who have, the proper information. And this is going to be to your surprise. You're going to find out, who we of the hopeful elect, was set up by. Okay? And not only are we one in the house of Israel, we telling the whole world, man. We prophets of Yahweh Shai. We the servants. We telling the whole world. All right? We ain't sugarcoating it. We ain't trying to, glaze over things. We telling you just like it is. Isaiah 34:1 says, Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all the things that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. All right? So not only are we out there warning the house of Israel, which is our primary goal, all right, but we telling you nations, man. We're telling you nations, this is what's coming. This is what's coming, man. And if you don't want to be prepared, if you don't want to be ready, so be it. So be it. We've wiped your blood off of our hands, man. All right? Let me play a couple other clips. Let me get to this one here because once again, the US dollar is another, tall tale sign that they're bringing this place to its knees, man. Here you have the United States currency, the world reserve currency, right? And damn near every other country is looking to abandon it. Why is that? It's not a coincidence, man. You go to these summits, the G summits, the UN nation, the United Nations. You go to all these things where all these leaders and kings of the earth get together. You think it's just a fluke? They all are on the same page, man. They have to be. All right, check this out.
Here's George Washington and what he thinks of the leadership of America and the free world at the moment. We've got a photo here. There he is. There's George Washington as he sees Joe Biden walking past and hides his hands in horror because what you're...
And this is how the rest of the world sees America. The laughing stock of the whole world, man. People are talking about, here you are, here it is. This is the president of the United States, right? Years ago, people wouldn't dare say a damn thing about the president of the United States. They knew better. All right? But now, they're all laughing and chuckling and having a grand old time at the expense of the United States government, if you will. So we coming into some bad times, man. We coming into them bad times. And it's all sanctioned through the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
You're referring to, James, is the lack of leadership at the top in the world, as well as here in Australia. We've got a pathetically weak American president. James has talked that maybe we're going to see the collapse of the US dollar thanks to Joe Biden.
Well, yeah.
And they're telling you, you're about to see the collapse of the US dollar. Okay? Now, what did this woman Pepper, I think Nordstrom or something like that, what did she say? We're about to enter into a new change, a new phase where we're going to abandon the normal currency. All right? Roughly paraphrasing what she said. But they're all on the same page, man. And they're telling you people right to your face, here it comes, ready or not. And you people still don't get it, man. You still don't get it.
Yeah, and so again, if this is another one of these consequences of going so hard on Russia, well, what are you going to do? You're pushing Russia and China closer together, which is insane, and which just shows how bad the foreign policy establishment in the U.S. has been, not just through the Biden presidency, but also this started, back during Obama and even before then, that you would push those two together. And now they're talking about selling oil denominated not in dollars, but other currencies, including Chinese currencies, which would weaken the reserve status of the U.S. currency. Now, remember the fact that so many countries hold so many trillions of dollars in U.S. bonds. That's one of the things that keeps the entire system stable. If those aren't worth anything anymore, then suddenly the game changes completely, and in no way that's good for the U.S., and in no way that's good for the West, and certainly in no way that's good for Australia.
Want to know how to be?
Like I said, you have to bring a system down to its knees and totally eliminate it in order to put some type of new structure or new system in place. All right? And this is what's happening. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing to this place. All right? Let's go here. Let me go up a little bit. This is Habakkuk 2:6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him?" Now, what did the man say? All these countries are holding so many bonds in U.S. currency that if they're worth nothing, then what? And these other nations are going to take up that proverb. Okay? They're going to take up that taunting parable. Okay? It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. That's that debt, man. And this is what America's doing, but it's all strategically being done, systematically being done. All right? And the more they can keep you preoccupied with, these shootings and all these other, skirmishes going everywhere, the more you people don't see what the hell's going on. All right? And who's going to take up that proverb? Who's going to take up that parable? This is Obadiah 1:7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy. That's who's going to take up that proverb in that parable, man. These are the ones that's coming after you. All the men of thy confederacy. It says, have brought thee even to the border. Because as they said, America, if the dollar collapse and these countries that are holding trillions of dollars in bonds, it's going to be useless, man. Worthless. Okay? And it sounds kind of, from the outset looking in, it sounds kind of, confusing because of, all right, well, why would they have these bonds? And, if they're all in cahoots, this, that, and the third. Keep in mind, man, these prophecies are being fulfilled. The word of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is being fulfilled. All right? So to the individuals out there without the eye salve, it's probably sounding like a bunch of mumbo jumbo and confusion. But those who are in the know, we understand that the Lord is sanctioning all these things. And all these things that are now coming about are coming about for a reason. You got the Georgia Guidestone going on. You got the CERN shit going on. All right. You got all these countries, gearing up and communicating about certain types of currency that should be used. You got these nations that are, concerned about the petrodollar. It's just there's a lot of shit going on, man. There's a lot of things happening, and we're warning you. We've been telling you through the Spirit of the Lord. We've been telling you, okay. And it says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? So there's going to be no compromising, no bargaining, no settlements, no handshakes, because these nations are going to be set to destroy you. And the Lord is going to put that spirit on these men to come up against Babylon and destroy her. It's very simple, man. It's very simple. And for you people who don't believe that these things are going down, if you don't believe that, the words that we speak are faithful and true, just wait and see. As the scripture says, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. All right? Your concerns, you're worried about, in the early phases of Ukraine, you people are so worried about the Ukrainian people being victims and not having food and not having shelter and being bombed. Well, what about your ass? When the time comes, when all hell breaks loose over here, who's going to be sitting there caring for you, man? Nobody. So you people going to get what you truly deserve, man. An ass whooping. There's going to be no food. There's going to be no means of health care. There's going to be no means of safety and security. 2nd Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. We're heading to that point, man. We're heading to that point. Because the infrastructure, the lack of, goods and services, the lack of people, you got all these companies and stores or what have you. They got signs on their doors. We apologize for the inconvenience due to lack of employment, people being employed, however they word it. All right, that was set up, man. That was set up to slowly bring this place to its knees. You can't get a job in some locations unless you have what? The jab. All right? So it's coming, man. It's coming. As it is written, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Because you're going to wake up one morning, man. You're going to wake up one morning and you best to be running to that goddamn store. Because by the time you get there, shit's going to be empty. And if you think that the so-called white man and all these, rulers and kings and governors, and if you think for 1 minute, that they're going to try to help you and get you, to a place where you got a roof over your head and there's food they don't give a shit about you, man. It's all about self-preservation. Self-preservation. When all hell breaks loose, they're thinking about themselves and saving themselves. They're not thinking about anybody else. So all hell's about to break loose out here, man. And a lot of you Israelites are going to fall victim, okay, to what the hell's about to happen, man. And I don't want to use the word victim. You're just going to fall to the shit that's about to happen out here. And for those who are outside of this thing of ours, and are choosing not to take heed, shit, that's your ass. That's going to be your ass, man. All right? And then will they look for us? And ain't nobody going to flock to Vocab Malone. Nobody's flocking to him. All right? Because all the bullshit that these guys are pushing and all the nonsense that they're talking about really has nothing to do with anything in the whole grand scheme of things. All right? And this is Matthew 24 and 22. And it says, and except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You know, and I read this earlier, and I'll read it again. The time is now going to speed up. When the Lord said those days are going to be shortened, that doesn't mean he's going to, avoid some prophecies out. Everything's going to happen, man. And this is why we say it's going to start speeding up, because all the prophecies that are written are now going to be condensed in a shorter time period. So things are speeding up like that roller coaster. Things are going smooth, slow. But as you start to ascend up to that peak, and when you round that top and you round that bend coming down, you start to speed up and you hold on tight and you start shaking and going back and forth. This is exactly what's going to be happening in this time period. Because everybody right now, it's peaceful, it's quiet. You're hearing these skirmishes. America's been in positions before where, there was a little bit of lack of food and there was a lack of goods and services, but they always bounce back. But this is the end all be all. There's no bouncing back, man. These nations are gearing up and they're ready. The prophecies are speeding up and they're here. And to all those who truly trust and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep listening, following the prophets of the Lord from the head apostles on down. Keep reading, keep praying, Keep yourself in sound mind, man, in a good spiritual, position, right? Because this is what's going to get you through, man, having faith and truly believing. Don't get, sucked up and drawn away by these cats who are talking shit. Oh, that would never happen this time. It's easy to get caught up, man. It's easy to get caught up in some words of somebody because we've never seen the shit that's going on right now. And because we've never seen it before, it's hard to fathom that it actually can happen. But it's coming, man. These days are starting to shorten up. Things are starting to speed up. And the Lord's about to make his move. As it is written, the Lord will start to visit the earth and the world in which he made. And here he comes, man. So with that, we have the hope for the elect. Stay focused, stay positive, stay prayed up. Keep the faith. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai watch over us. For all our enemies and scoffers and scorners, may the Lord destroy you. Okay? May he destroy you speedily. Alright, so with that, I'm going to say all praise due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I say shalom.